Right, here we go. All right, y'all know what to do. Shout out where you're from. Where are you from, baby? Where are you from? I'm trying to see. Good Lord, have you seen the post I just put up? She said it's okay for a man to cheat, or it's okay for him to sleep with another woman. She said that means hey girl, popping in to say hi, I see you. High Point, North Carolina. She said it's not disrespectful if he sleeps with someone else. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? We're really going there? That's crazy. Where to meet men? You don't see men when you go outside? Where do you live? Love from India. What's up, India? What part of India? Yeah, you saw that post, right? I was like, come on, man. They just give anyone a mic nowadays, and then they put music behind them, and then they're like, "Hey, we're saying something deep." I gotta tell you, I'm here to dismantle all of that. I'm tired of social media pushing all of this stuff, trying to shape our realities. Hello, Xavier. It's good to see you online. Hey there, Stephanie. H Town, we back. How you doing? Hot. I'm not gonna say your name. Your name gonna get me caught up. Some of y'all got names that get me caught up on live. They be like, "Who you talking to?" But you know who you are. Thank you. That I appreciate that. Okay, let's go. You know how we open up. We got the questions, right? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. You know we're on here to cause a ruckus. We're on here to cause mayhem. I got about an hour, so let's spend that hour with quality. I'm going to run through these questions because we're about to give everybody some cheap therapy today. How do I let go of someone who keeps hurting me but I love dearly? Something's wrong with your idea of love. That's the problem, right? You can't let go because your idea of love isn't corrected. You are out of alignment, which means you're probably experiencing some form of cognitive dissonance. If you want time to talk about it, if you want me to help you, then you're gonna have to send me a DM. Everybody, by the way, last week we had a huge class. It was probably almost 30 something people. The chat has over 60 something people, right? For the group, for the class, we are getting people the help that they need. There are people that are moving forward after just one or two times. So if you want to know about how to move forward or how to operate in this dating field, this love field, all of this stuff, go ahead and send me a DM saying that you're ready because we are cooking in there. Last week we had part one on how to change a manipulator, and people were starting to see what it takes if you actually want some changes in the relationship where things are going wrong. So next week we got part two where I'm gonna show you exactly what to do, what to say, what to do, and how to act. In fact, I have role play. So what we do is in the group sometimes I'll say something like a manipulator and have you say something back. And then I want you to explain why. So we talk, we're getting it in. Anyway, yeah, so Nagy, your idea of love needs to be readjusted because if you say you love someone, but that love somehow also has hurt involved, sorry, girl, your meter is off. We need to change that. What do you say someone you love? The word love is getting thrown around so much nowadays. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. What do you say someone you love is worried you look at another guy's car or bike, but you're just letting your eyes wander? I don't know what that means. What are you talking about? You just look at someone's car or bike? Is someone mad at you for that? What kind of love is that? It's not okay to cheat. LOL. IG is way too easy to use. I'm with a great guy, but I'm having trouble letting go of past trauma. Please help. You're gonna need some help with that trauma. I would recommend sending me a DM and let's talk about how we can get you some help. Because if we got the resources, you should have your own podcast. I'd listen every day. Thank you so much. Yeah, instead of the podcast, I got the group. You know, the group is working pretty well. Why do they always pull away all their initial feelings after 3 years all of a sudden? Well, after 3 years, I don't know if that's necessarily all of a sudden. So here's what I would say. I don't know your situation in particular, right? We'd have to talk because 3 years is a lot to break down on a live. But here's what I can tell you. In most cases, when people say, out of nowhere, after a year or two, they just automatically changed. Maybe. But here's what I can say has happened in most cases. It didn't just change. There may have been stuff over time that you might have missed. There may have been something that wasn't happening along the way. It may have been a gradual decrease. Maybe you missed it. But what I can say in most cases is we missed it over 3 years. And it feels like it's all of a sudden. But you may be one of the rare cases where it just out of nowhere changed and somehow they just lost feelings for you. But what I can say in most cases, someone spending that long with you, definitely there may have been some things along the way. Can you change a manipulator? What is the price of this class? Go ahead and send me a DM for more information. Send me a DM. Yes, you can. Yes, you can change a manipulator. I've done it. I've helped my clients do it. And don't worry, people in the comments are gonna be like, you can't do it, you can't do it. Nah. Yeah, because they don't have me, that's why. So until you have me, then you could talk. People are controlling, that isn't love for sure. Exactly. Can a relationship survive after a partner has cheated and refuses to talk about it or provide closure? I mean, hold on. If they're not willing to talk about it or provide closure, how is it gonna work? Let's cut out the cheating part, right? Let's just remove the part of cheating, right? Any relationship where a person refuses to talk about things or provide closure, how would that even work? How is that even a relationship? That's like saying, I'm gonna drive this car, but I don't know how to hit the gas or the brake or steer the wheel. Like, what, isn't that the fundamentals of being in it? They just stopped caring, devalued me, and now I barely matter to them, but thank you so much for your insight. Well, I mean, here's what I would say. Maybe you might want to talk to someone, because saying that they just completely stopped out of nowhere, I can tell you from my experience that almost never happens. Something happened in the beginning or during the process that made them see you differently. And it could have been something on their end, could have been something on your end, right? But normally people, I've worked with over 1,500 people. I have yet to see one person that has the magical emotional ability to care 150% and then wake up one morning and just say, I don't want it anymore. Normally that's not the case, right? Normally there was something brewing. Maybe they didn't tell you about it. That's also another thing, right? Maybe you weren't aware. But I would question that a little bit more, because a person's emotional state is very hard to just change overnight. I mean, let's be honest, I can prove it. How many of us get into toxic situations and we can't just leave? How many of us get in bad relationships and we can't just walk away? Why can't we turn off our feelings overnight? If feelings were that easy to just turn off, all of us would be doing it. We'd just be jumping from relationship to relationship. But we can't do that, right? Because emotions don't work that way in most cases. Why does an ex block you when you're bettering yourself? Why does it matter if an ex blocks you? Here's another thing. Why are you checking on your ex? Aren't they supposed to be out of your life? What question is that? You're worried about your ex blocking you. That is the first problem. If you wanted your ex in your life, then why break up? Is an addict capable of loving someone? Well, yeah, they're still a human being. But at the same time, sometimes their priority is on the addiction and not the love, right? And I would say in some cases, thank you for the lightning bolt, Brenda. I would say in some cases, their addiction is going to take priority. So, and love can be an addiction, right? We can be addicted to wanting to love someone. We could be addicted to the emotions. If someone has a girlfriend and they're entertaining you, saying they want to see you, what do you do? Well, what do they want to see you for? Right? If they have a girlfriend already, what exactly are they going to accomplish by hanging out with you? What do they want to do? What's the point of this? That's what I would do. I would question, like, what are you trying to do? Right, so after 3 years now, they barely care now. I just don't know what to do and bring them back to what we were. But that's the thing is you're thinking about from your lens. I don't know what to do and bring him back. How is all of this responsibility on you? So what's happened is you're in your head and you're seeing it from your own view, right? Which is all you can do. But there is another person, right? There might have been something else going on. And what you have to do is find out what's going on outside of you, right? And that'll help you understand if you can even do anything about it. You know, it's called the golden rule versus the platinum rule, right? Actually, one of my clients told me about this. The golden rule is how we see people through our own lens. The platinum rule is how we see them as separately from us. And that will help you understand, because what we try to do is we try to take everything on. Every time somebody starts to mess up the relationship, someone starts to screw us over or they become manipulative, we try to say, what do I need to do? How do I fix it? It's my fault. Like, what? Sometimes it's not even you. Do people throw around the word narcissistic and toxic too much? That's a good question. I think that it is used in a lot of the wrong cases. I do. But I also think that a lot of people are not aware of their situation. So it's hard. I think it's still good to use, but I think that we need to do a better job of identifying where the toxic is coming from, right? Instead of just assuming that at face value, everything is 100%, I think we need to start looking at it from both sides and saying, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the words are thrown around a lot, and I can give you that, but I think that it's still necessary because it helps us identify what a person is going through, right? How else are we going to identify what they're feeling? The guy who was trying to court me was not good with communication and ran away when conversations got tough. That's how I knew he wasn't for me. You're right. I'm going through a divorce from a narcissist who is placing all the blame on me, but he was the one that caused the separation. I want to let go and move on. How do I do that? You're going to need support. You're going to need support. And that's what actually I have the group for support. You're going to need support through that situation, because just me telling you one answer is not going to solve it, right? You have years in probably with this person. So, and you have to continue to communicate with them on some level through this divorce. That's not going to be easy. And on top of that, they still low-key have access, so that means that they can still trigger you. So what I would say in that regard is maybe you might want to consider a support group, which is the one that I have. And if you want to join, go ahead and send me the DM ready, because I'm taking on people for this week and next week. How would you go about meeting like-minded people? I'm 23 and FK dating and what? Damn. And find it. So if you're 23, what I would say is you want to look for healthy-minded people, right? So first you have to ask yourself, what kind of person are you? And how are you showing that? So if you want a person that's of healthy and sound mind, how are you making sure that your mind is healthy and sound? Are you learning through, classes? Are you taking some stuff? Like who are you learning from? Who's your mentor? And then find environments where people are like that. So that could be through working out, that could be through clubs. But if you want to know, go ahead and send me a DM. And you can actually join my group. We actually talk as a support group all the time. So that'll help you along the way. But I think to find those people, first, you want to make sure that you are that person. And then number two, Go to environments where people are trying to be better people, or where they're trying to do something that's just not about them, right? And that could be working out to be better. That could be in the community, doing stuff that is not exactly hyped up on social media. What is a respectful way to ask a man who has emotional trauma from his past to start a conversation to talk about a problem in our relationship without triggering him or having him close up? Well, here's the thing. You are not responsible for how he reacts to his trigger, right? He needs to have enough emotional maturity first. So and this is all of us, right? It's okay to be triggered and it's okay to feel reactive, but you have to manage your emotions. So if he is not doing a good job on his part of managing his emotions, the most you could do is approach him calmly and sweet. Just be calm, but be assertive. How can we watch the Zoom video from this week? I have you in the group, right? And you added me on Facebook. Do you have my group page? You're in the group, right? Just like Holiday? Okay, send me a text. Send me a text, and I'll focus on you after I get off this live. I got you. This is her. Hold on. Hi, I'm Mimi. Hey, Mimi. So that's someone? Okay, what's going on, Mimi? Talk to me. Okay, thanks. Absolutely. So yeah, that's the thing, you know? Did that already. I'm very aware of it. He removed his mask after we married. Yeah, that's usually what happens. Hey, Carrie. How do you know it's love versus you're addicted to toxic people? Easy empaths, easy. Because empathetic people have boundaries. And if healthy empathetic people have boundaries. So if you don't have boundaries, you're not a healthy empath. I'm gonna call it what it is. That's not healthy. So saying that you're an empath and that's the reason why you let people walk all over you is not an excuse for letting people walk all over you. That's not healthy. Because what that means is you're not being authentic. If you are letting people walk all over you and you're not letting them know where not to do it and you're not making consequences, then I'm sorry, that's not empathy. Or that's not a healthy version of it. So how do you know if you're addicted? You're addicted when you're addicted when you keep getting treated badly and you have to keep lowering your standards and it doesn't get better and you still say you're in love. When you can list 5 of the major things that you need and this person breaks 3 or 4 of them and you say you still love them, that's a sign that you don't actually love them. You're just addicted to the feeling of love. And that's what happens to most people, is that they become addicted rather than in love, genuinely in love. It's like addiction. And the problem is society has made it seem like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We shame the other things. We say, oh, you can't be an alcoholic, or you can't be a drug addict. You can't be, all these things. But the same hits to your brain that drugs and alcohol do are very similar to how the feeling of love is. It's all dopamine, right? So dopamine, endorphins, all the things that trigger your brain and make you feel a rush. We're out here getting rushes from other people. So in reality, a lot of us are using other people to get a rush. We don't actually like half the people we're dating. Like, think about it for real. If you didn't have feelings for this person and you just saw them as a person outside of you, how many of y'all would even like this person? That's one way you can tell. I do feel like I'm in love with her, but I learned to know my worth. That's fair. And feeling like you're in love is valid, right? And maybe it was, but at the same time, she just left a narcissist. She might need to sign up to work with me if she's fresh out. Send me a DM if you want to work. You fresh out? Ooh, we got to work with you, girl. Well, that's good, Myra. You're doing the Lord's work. You're sending her to the right people. I can get her squared away. Myra is on it. She said, I got you. That's a good friend. That's a really good friend. Another question is, after a night of freaky things, I like how you said that. They tell that they are taken and want to avoid any communication within the same workplace, but want to continue once out of there. I feel so trashy. Well, why are you going for it? Thank you for this post this morning in the group. Absolutely, Carrie. I plan on posting in the group pretty much daily because I love y'all and I want to make sure that y'all are getting all the value. So there are posts that I put in the group that I don't even put on social media now. Because all these people, because I'm tuned in. You send me a DM, thank you. I will be answering right after this. He sent me an email today saying that he would like to get closure. Or do you want to give him closure? Just go train or go running to get that high healthier. Exactly. Healthy empath will let a person know what their boundaries are. So if you place those boundaries, they will step off. Exactly. But see, the problem is they don't want the problem is a lot of people are afraid of losing the person. See, that's where your empathy gets unhealthy because you know if you put up that boundary, there's a chance the person could be like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. So a lot of people are afraid of boundaries because, you know, clear communication creates closed doors. So they're like, well, if I communicate clearly what I need and it goes against what they might like, then there's a chance they might leave. So why would I want to take that risk? That's what some of us are saying to ourselves, but we don't actually vocalize it. You know, like we deny it. Oh, no, they just, I love too hard. No, that's not the truth. The truth is you don't have boundaries. What are healthy boundaries? Well, healthy boundaries are beneficial to you and the other person to make sure that you can carry a relationship without many issues, right? It's making sure that both people are loved properly because there's a proper way to love each other and there's a wrong way, right? If you yell at me, that's not the right way to talk to me. I don't feel loved when you yell at me. When you talk to me in a calm voice, that feels like love. It feels like you're calming yourself even though you're feeling complicated emotions. That feels like respect. That's a healthy boundary, right? So any plethora of things where it's expressed in a way that works within your frame. And boundaries are not only, you know, to keep people out, it's to keep the right people in. Because I want to love you more, right? I want to love you better. But if you have some habits or ways of dealing with things that make me uncomfortable, I won't feel comfortable and secure enough to love you at a higher capacity. I'm always going to have my wall up. To prevent me from having my wall up to you, I'm going to need you to love me properly. So that's what a healthy boundary is. So when you allow someone to keep hurting you over and over and over in 10, 12 different ways, that's not a healthy boundary. And boundaries are healthy in most cases. They should be healthy. An unhealthy boundary, I don't even know what that is. Like you just want someone to chase you with no validation. Like, oh, it's a boundary. You got to chase me. I don't even know what that's called. I don't even know. Like in the same workplace, he says that I'm his happy pill, even though they taken already, and so they want to spend time, but then ignorant of everything. Well, he told you what you're signing up for. It's not, so it sounds like you are pretty filled in and you still went for it, which is okay, but it sounds like you don't like the after effect, right? He said, you're my happy pill, even though you know that he's taken, you went for it, and now you don't like the way you feel, which means you have a conscience and you're feeling the consequences of your actions. So now you have to ask yourself, why did you go for it? If you knew that he was taken, like why would you put yourself in that position? That's not an unhealthy bound, not wanting the other person to drink around you. Well, why don't you want them to drink around you? Are they like getting drunk? You have a problem with drinking? Don't answer till at least 2 hours pass and they corrected themselves and they actually talk to you calmly. Thank God for iPhone audio recordings. Their little business is over. Healthy empath is something I heard on the podcast by Dr. Mona this week, and now you said it. Thank you. It must be it for me. We'll send a DM soon. That's crazy that she said that too. That's very interesting. I didn't even know she said that. Matt Romero is a clown. Who's that? I didn't read the first part of my message. You didn't read? What? We're hitting the 2-year mark, living together for 2 months. Had a long distance relationship for about a year. In that time, he cheated. Well, he showed you who he was. So what are you trying to do now? Didn't know why they were taken before all of it went freaky. Well, I mean, what do you want to do? What's up, bro? What's up, Fidel? I'm gonna say your government name on here, man. Don't come into my live. I'm gonna say your government name. He lives in my building. In this time, I really don't feel heard. We always end up arguing. He says I always attack him when I speak on how our relationship can be better. I don't even want to say anything anymore. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. You need to work with me. And so is Matt Romero. I don't know any of these guys, by the way, that you're mentioning. Who are they? I lost all trust because when I put up boundaries, he got abusive verbally and physically. Oh yeah, you got to cut and run on that one. Xavier, can you make sense of my comment earlier? I had a horrible day 2 days ago. Then she called and it calmed me in a weird way. I don't know how. Well, that's because you still associate her in your brain with refuge, right? If you developed a connection with this person, then your brain associates that person with sanctuary, right? Because that's how you programmed your brain. So that makes sense why it will calm you down, but it's not the right kind of calm. It's like people who are trying to quit smoking and they become, antsy when they try to quit. So they take a quick puff and it calms them down. It's like you're just band-aiding it, right? Was told it was the addiction to her. Yeah, I just literally talked about smoking addiction, right? When you're addicted to cigarettes, it's the same thing. When you're addicted to coffee, when you're addicted to food, and then you try to take a break from it, and all of a sudden you're feeling like, oh my God. I listen better when you speak calmly, when you talk to me. Let's talk later. And hang up. Is an unhealthy boundary not wanting, not with alcohol, but that's what led to the other drug of choice. I don't know what you're talking about. You might have to send me a DM. Damn, okay, makes sense now, thanks. What that means is that you are going to have to go cold turkey on her if you want to get over her. Because what's happening is your brain needs time to reprogram itself. And the more that you stay in touch with her and you talk to her, the less chance it is that you're going to actually move on. In fact, you're going to probably regress. If you keep talking to her, because that's the way it goes. All it takes is a little hit of the addiction, and then you're right back where you started. That's why sometimes you got to go cold turkey. You got to go cold. Because giving this person access to you is also giving them access to the brain pattern that you've created with them. So in a way, people know that sometimes, right? They know that you have a weakness for them. So they're going to abuse that. They're going to say, okay, well, you broke up with me, but let me still stay in touch with you, right? Let me still poke at you because I know that there's some availability here and you can't resist. It's almost like abusing access to you. So that's why sometimes you got to block, because otherwise you're going to end up falling right back into it. I can tell you for a fact, I've done it. So I don't eat a lot of sugar now, right? Like I've quit a lot of sugar in my life. I've been boxing, been in the fitness. I have a huge food addiction. I love food. So I haven't had sugar really for like 3 weeks recently, right? Yesterday, I had a fruit snack. And then I had 12 bags of fruit snacks. Do you know how many carbs are in one bag of those tiny little fruit snacks? It's 17. And it was like, once I got a hit, it was over. It's a lot easier to maintenance when you keep away from it, but the second you take a hit, it's over. It's over. You gotta detox. Damn, that's what she said. We not together, but let me check on you. I know you're hurting. Yeah, yo, that's so disrespectful. When an ex calls you and says, hey, I just want to check because I know you're hurting because of me. Like, bro, shut up. Like, what the hell? You calling my phone. You don't think I'm happy without you? You don't think I've moved on and things are great now? She thinks that you're still in the gutter. She thinks that you're still there crying over her, and she's calling with that cocky attitude. See, stuff like that is where I start to get triggered, because it's like, bro, I'm fine. Get off my phone. Like, and man, let me tell you, the second you tell her, yeah, that's true, she's gonna be like, see, you ain't strong. She's testing you. Do men need some space when he is stressed out from work? Yeah, some men do. Some men do. Not all men. Why not have fresh fruit instead? No, I did. I did, trust me. I eat fresh fruit all the time. But that fruit snack, it hit different. And then I was done, and I didn't have any fresh fruit at the time. So it messed me up. But you're right. Fresh fruit is way better. I totally agree with you. A fresh Hey, Lacey, what's up, girl? Lacey, the mom of the year, the lifestyle. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, you know I got a fresh haircut. Shaved my beard down here. I was like, damn, what happened? I swear sometimes, your barbers be the ops. Hey, keep that a little long. He'd be like, okay. Shh. Man, we're gonna have to talk about your tip. What do you do when a guy who you were friends with benefits still reaches out to you by email for closure after you already gave him closure and blocked him? You continue to block him. There's no more closure needed, because what's happening is that, see, this is where y'all got to be careful with friends with benefits. Some of these people cannot deal with that. So some people cannot deal with friends with benefits, and they get attached. And you have to understand, anyone that tries to do friends with benefits, if y'all are not sleeping with other people, or you're like just this one person, sometimes you're playing with fire, man. The idea that you're not gonna catch a feel, that's really tough. That's really tough for a lot of people. Ended a relationship with a gaslighter, manipulator a while back, but want a healthy relationship. What do I do now? You sign up for my class, and I have a course I can give you. Sign up for my exclusive group. So go ahead and click the link in the bio and send me a DM that you're ready. Like the couch there too. Okay, interior design. We trying. We coming up, Lacey. Good to see you though. Great to see you, Lacey. I always got nothing but good things to say about you. Because fresh doesn't taste like the fruit snack. That's true though. That's true. But I'm trying to change my taste buds. Because I don't want to find fruit snacks so tasty. I want to be like, ugh, I need actual fruit. I'm trying to change my taste buds. My avoidant boyfriend of 5 years, well, I already know what that's going to be like. Just moved. We've been abstinent for a year due to broken trust. Finally got intimate, and then he said he needed space to heal, then blocked me. I'm in shock. If you want help with that, go ahead and send me a DM. Sign up? Yeah. Well, if you send me a DM, I'm going to get back to you. Frozen fruit with whipped cream? Girl, I got a dirty mind. You can't say that. I'm playing. All I thought was like strawberries and chocolate and whipped cream on like a Valentine's Day. See, No, I'm not gonna get started with y'all. Who buys the fruit snacks? I did. I bought them because I have vending machines. So because I have vending machines, I put them in the vending machine. But unfortunately, that means I got all of these food things all everywhere. So I usually can avoid it. Long distance relationship advice? It depends. How long you been in it? How long you been in that? Or did you just start? Blueberry pistachio. Not the nasty way. Blueberry pistachio. You can make your own whipped cream. Can you make? I don't know how to do that. I like to cook. But make your own whipped cream? Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Then told her go F herself and then block the emails. No, that sounds good, man. Y'all making me hungry. See, I told you I had a food addiction. And y'all in the comments here like, well, let's talk about all the food you could like. Like, y'all. See, this is y'all are not good for me. I'm gonna draw my boundary as a healthy empath. I'm about to draw my boundary as a healthy empath right now. Stop telling me about food. Stop it. That sounds. My stomach literally is growling right now listening to y'all. Leave me alone. That's how you ladies do it. You gotta do that. Even though I want it so bad, I'm gonna say no. No means no. Oh God. Talking about I could cook. How do you walk away after finding out about the betrayal, but he says he will change? You're gonna need help. That's another help question. Send me a DM. For those of you that want to get in on the group, all right, I see people getting in. All right, let's do it. Hold on, I'm gonna reply to these DMs. And also, when you DM me, when you do this, we're gonna also get you work on getting you a session. Huh, hold on. Wow. All right, hold on. I'm just replying to these real quick. Almost done. Ask me more questions, by the way, y'all. So when I jump on, I got more questions. Yeah, because the group we're jumping, we're on fire. Wow, y'all are not kidding. Whoa. All right, let's do it. She said, I'm hungry too. Y'all are funny. How about when she tells me I'm the fault for everything that's going wrong in her life? How does that even logically make sense? How can you be the fault for everything that's going on in her life? So you know what that means? What you gotta do is you gotta turn that back around. So if I'm the fault for everything that's going wrong in your life, that means that you are not capable of handling anything, right? As an adult, you have zero capability. That's what you're saying. Because somehow me coming into your life has ruined everything, which means you have zero control over your life, what you need, and what makes sense for you. You just let me get away with everything. I'm this big villain that just took advantage of everything. And you don't know how to draw boundaries. That's what you're saying, right? See, when it comes to people making manipulative statements like that are not even possible, you got to throw it back in their face. Because if you start trying to explain yourself, you don't get caught up. What y'all gonna eat today? Yeah. Just join your coaching group. I need guidance. Okay. You joined? Send me a text. Did I text you? Diva, send me a text. I'm going to get you fixed up. I made egg whites, protein muffins. Okay, I don't want to ask y'all what y'all eating. See, look what you did. Now look what you did. I don't want to hear about it. That sounds amazing. Don't tell me. No, not you. Wait, she's talking to you. She's talking to you. Why is your Instagram name One Lil Delulu? Y'all are funny, man. What a name. How long should I wait before sleeping with a new guy? It really depends on the situation. Most people will tell you 3 months, but I think it's case by case. I think it depends on the guy. It depends on who you are and what you've been through and what you're looking for. So there's so many questions I would have to ask to understand what type of person you are and what you're looking for. Are you looking for a long-term relationship? Are you looking for something that could progress into a marriage? Are you looking for a fling? Are you looking for something real? Because what I would say is it doesn't matter when you sleep together as much as it matters what you're learning about each other, right? What are you learning about each other? What are you looking for? What are you learning? So I would always say that sex, me personally, see, if I say that, I'm going to get banned. Sleeping with someone, I would always say that sleeping with someone, you just joined. You just joined? Send me your number. If you joined, send me your number. Fling, but also open to something amazing. We have a lot in common. So here is the complication with your situation, right? A fling is short term. So if you act as if you are moving in a short term way, there's a higher risk that it's not going to work out for long term. If you want long term or forever partner, then you're going to have to be more vigilant. See, the more you want, the more vigilant you have to be. The less you want, the less vigilant you have to be. So if you're okay with this being over in 3 months, right? Let's talk about fling time, like a summer fling. That's like 2.5 months, right? So if we go with that premise, then who cares, right? Because it's gonna end anyway. But if you're like, I want something real, I want something long term, I don't wanna mess with my emotions, I really like this guy, then you're gonna have to be more vigilant. And that also depends on what kind of person that you are. If you're a person that catches feelings from sleeping with someone, that's another thing, right? Do you view it as something that's recreational, or do you view it as something that you bond over? Because if it's a bonding activity, you're gonna have to be even more vigilant. So you see how this is all categorized to specifications dedicated to your own characteristics and patterns? Is it over when my boyfriend told me that we'll talk when I'm ready to speak to you? I don't think it's over. I just think that he's asserting his, basically he's telling you, not asking you, he's telling you when I'm ready to speak to you. Now my question is, what happened to make him say that? Did you do something wrong? Did you make a boo-boo? Every female gets emotions and attached even though she says she does not. See, I don't agree with that. I don't know. Here's the thing. I know I'm not a woman, but I also know that as a man, I can't speak for every man, right? Just like I feel like as a woman, we can't always speak for every woman. I do believe that there is some commonality, but I've known women who have not caught serious feelings. Like I've known women who have not caught serious feelings. and they were outside. Like they can do it more than I can. So unless they lying, I've seen women do it. So I don't know. And they were just fine. Like they move like a normal person. Because here's another thing you got to imagine, right? Not everybody has the same chemical reaction to sleeping with someone as you do. For some people, it doesn't hit the same. So for some people, they're a little bit burnt out. Like if they did it a lot, sometimes it's not the same. So not everyone is affected the same way as others. That's why some people can get addicted to sleeping around and some people can't, right? Sometimes things just affect one person very differently than it affects another person. Like how I said I have a food addiction, I've met some people that can eat half a slice of pizza and walk away. Even on my fullest day, I couldn't do that, right? There's some people, like for example, I can drink a sip of alcohol. I could drink 1 cup and I could walk away for weeks and not even need a glass. Some people take a sip, they need 10 more, right? So I think that people are sometimes just programmed differently. And what society tries to do is make it look like we're all under the same umbrella. Not all of us are built the same as humans, right? So, and I think the more that we kind of like open that box, the more we kind of realize that, the better a lot of us can align with each other, right? Because then we can say, you know, oh, that's not a me thing. That's not something I can do. I'm built different. Because what we do a lot often, and it's just a bigger topic, is we project our way of feeling onto everyone. Oh, you must feel that way if I feel that way. We're very golden rule oriented. So like I said, we got 15 more minutes. If you want to get in my group, go ahead and send me a DM ready. Go ahead, send me a DM. I can bond easily, but I can also separate it if we're not compatible, and I know. I'm the half a slice pizza chick, haha, unless I'm starving. Yeah, I can't do that. I gotta tell you what though, I'll be really compatible with someone that doesn't eat all their food. Cause I would love some extra food. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm cool with paying for dates, right? I'll pay for the date. Cause especially if you're the type of person that doesn't eat all your food, it's like, hey, that's extra food for me and I don't have to commit to the whole thing. And you're not taking it home to reheat it. No, I'm eating it. So if I really like this new guy and I want to sleep with him, but also a relationship, I should wait. If you want, you have to choose one path because you have to assess your risk value, right? Your risk assessment. How much risk is it? If you sleep with someone fairly early in a dating process, in most cases, people are gonna lose the momentum, right? There's gonna be no buildup. You just fire off from all cylinders, right? You give them instant gratification. And what have we learned in this generation is that instant gratification leads to short-term results, right? If you want long-term results, you need long-term gratification. That's something that they had more of in the 80s, right? So what you want to do is you want to focus more on long form, build slowly, than to crash everything early. Oh, we're going to just get in early and just have it all at once. Because there may be a chance on also this person might be a manipulator, right? This person might be a manipulator. So if this person is a manipulator and you don't know, and then you sleep with them early and they run off, how are you going to feel about that? So it's not just, you know, to have the right relationship, but it's also protection for you so that you know who you're dealing with if you want a relationship. What kind of men speak ill about their mom? Men who have no respect for their mom. And here's my thing. I think if you're meeting a new person, this is your first impression, right? You speak ill about anyone, that could serve as an impression. If I'm sitting here talking to you and I speak ill about my ex, that's a red flag on me. Because I'm sitting here telling you when she's not here to defend herself. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could tell you all the horrible things in the world and you have no choice but to side with me because you don't know her, right? So that's not fair. Because then I could be telling you a story that's not true. Oh, I'm just blaming her, but I'm not telling you what I did. What's that gonna help you with? My ex-boyfriend was a narcissist, haha, no more manipulators, please. Well, yeah, if you don't want another manipulator, then you're gonna have to learn how to wait, girl. And you might not wanna go for flings. You might wanna try to go for more long-term situations. With someone for 10 months, he fell in love after a month. I tried to fall in love. He was a great guy, but the feelings just wasn't there. They weren't there, but you were with him for 10 months? I feel bad he is heartbroken. Why did you stay for 10 months if you didn't feel anything? Recently started talking to a guy on a dating site. He texts but hasn't initiated a call. Well, why don't you? So you're saying did he initiate conversation and the text? Why can't you initiate the call? You can initiate too. Where's a good place to meet a good guy? So good guys are everywhere, right? But what I would say is, what matters more than finding a place is the approach, right? Hey, Argentina. Thank you for the rose, Argentina. So I would say, environments where they're doing something other than drinking, other than drinking and partying and just looking for something quick and easy. You might want to go to environments where they're actually being constructive and they actually care about what's going on and they're trying to make something happen, right? Why does it appear men get over breakups faster, or does it appear that way? It seems they don't even shed a tear unless they're just good actors. Well, men are societally and conditionally taught not to show emotion. We're told to be tough and we're told to just get over things. So when we feel pain, our first course of action is to act like we aren't experiencing pain. And what we do is we try to find a place of refuge, we try to move on, we try to party, some of us, not all of us. And we try to get over it because we're trying to quickly get over the pain. So it hurts. The Real Divine. Oh, okay. Yeah, send me a DM. Send me a DM. So we don't always just get over it that easily. The thing is that we're trying to get over it. And we're doing anything that we can because it hurts. It hurts, girl. Last call, if you want to get into the group, go ahead and send me a DM right now. You're funny. I got some little funny DMs. Oh my God, man. So y'all do really suffer in breakups? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. We suffer. Oh my God, are you kidding me? That stuff hurt. Okay, I can prove it. Look how many guys take their own lives. Just look it up. There's a study. How many guys take their own lives from stuff like breakups? We literally end our own lives. I've got a cousin that did that. over a breakup. You think we suffer big time. Big time. Like, you know how hard it is for us to imagine that, some of us, to imagine that another guy is gonna be with my girl or the girl that I was with? Even if we were the ones who messed up, just the thought of that, oh my God, baby, that joint hurts. It's making me want to take a drink right now. Just thinking about it. I don't want to think about it. Yes, it does. It hurts. Women quick. Well, just because we act like it doesn't mean that it's legit. I mean, how many people walk around say, oh, I don't need nobody. I don't need no person. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman, when they literally go home talking about how lonely they are. A lot of people are lying. If there's one thing society carries, it's a lot of liars. It's a lot of liars out here, y'all. It's everybody lying. Which is crazy, because I'm like, things would be so much easier if we told the truth. We think things are easier by lying. Like, we're under the impression that lying is going to make things easier. We're going to get further in life. You might. Why do guys get to that thought though? Why do guys get to that thought? They think about it after the fact, not why they had them. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's always after the fact. How should I approach a guy I'm interested in, or should I wait for him? You should approach him. I'm telling you, as a guy, you should approach him. Right? Don't wait. Don't listen to anyone that tells you, oh girl, you should wait. No. All you need to do, you're just making him aware that you're interested. That's it. And let him take it from there, right? And then I've heard someone say, we don't chase, we attract. Here's the thing. No one's chasing anyone. It's just a conversation. Like, why does a conversation with a man have to be a chase? You know, that goes to show how much we programmed ourselves to look at things one way, right? As a woman, should we build a roadmap of how we want to be loved? How would I know how to love? How would I know how to love you if you don't tell me? If I've went through 3 different relationships and there were 3 different kinds of women, how would I know what you want? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to fill me in on what you need. This is, you know, it's funny because people say, you know, guys are bad at communication. But questions like that are, you know, peculiar, because it's like, you need to communicate how you need to be loved in order for me to love you properly, right? Just like when we're sleeping together, you need to talk to me about what I'm doing wrong. Tell me if this doesn't work for you, because I want to make sure that you have a good experience. In bed, out of bed, in life, I need to know how to love you. That's healthy boundaries, right? How do I love you? Because I don't know. I've been through 3 different relationships where I have had all toxic women, and I've learned. But if I nurture you without you having to tell me, how can it be reversed? Well, how do you know if I like to be nurtured the way you like to nurture? See, that's an assumption that I look to be nurtured. How do you know I just don't like gifts? See what I mean? That's why they have the book where you learn about each other's love languages, because you have to learn what each other's idea of love. And that's the problem with a lot of society nowadays, is we project our idea of what good is, or we take what we learn from other people. But the reality is everyone has their own idea of what good looks like. So learning their own individual idea is where you want to go, and then telling them yours. Because otherwise, without telling them, there's a high chance that it's going to sabotage. Because everybody's got their own little quirks, right? I see your point. Yeah, you know, I'm just letting you know. Mentality is so old fashioned. My mother would tell me the man chases the woman, not, but yeah, it is. to be honest, that old-fashioned mentality may have worked back in the 1920s, right? But nowadays, a woman asking a man, she's not asking him anything. It's crazy. See, that's judgmental. See, saying that someone is crazy for having a conversation is judgmental. A woman approaching a man, just letting him know that she's interested, could be her husband. And then what? And then is that crazy? Because I want to know, if a woman approaches a man and says, hey, I just think you're cute, we're not telling, oh, well, go escort him out on a date now. Go pay for the date, take him out to dinner and pull out his chair. No one's saying all of that. We're just saying, hey, let him know you think he's attractive and let him take the wheel, right? A guy to feel inferior, he won't at all. He'll be very flattered. Let me tell you, guys will feel very flattered if you approach, especially if they're looking for an approach. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's 2024, all right? Because if you don't, trust me, another woman will. Because there's women out here that are approaching dudes that are letting them know. I was in a doctor's office the other day, and a woman was like, I like your shoes. I like your arms. And I was like, yo, you trying to go to dinner? Like, I was like, you better stop telling me that. You know, I was in a doctor's office. So that goes to show you get your man. Don't listen to nobody. What happens when you tell them and they refuse to do it? They refuse to do what? Follow your boundaries? Oh, then you let them go. They ain't shit. All right, well, I gotta go. I have an appointment coming up with a client, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Make sure you send me a DM to apply for my group. Make sure you send me a DM to apply to my group, okay? And then once you apply to the group, we'll get you in and you'll be right on target to talk about how to change a narcissist or manipulator. I got y'all. Thank you, Arjun.